Hello and welcome to the More Than Roommates podcast. I'm Dan, here with my roommate Graham.
Bump. What's up?
How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing, Dan?
I'm good. We are in our brand new podcasting chairs. I'm digging this vibe.
We've had so many freaking cardboard boxes. We're finally getting the our new space filled out, so it's been just like a nightmare of breaking down boxes.
Yeah.
But well worth it. I will say,
I love these.
These chairs you found, high quality.
Yeah.
They're comfortable too.
Yes, and they match the futon behind us, and these are just like, I don't know, it feels like we can like, you know, if we're doing interviews, we can like look at each other.
It's a vibe.
Yeah, I like it a lot. And it's a lot lower to the ground, which is what I wanted.
Yeah, so much more comfortable than a bar stool. But
yeah.
We're getting there. We're finding our setup.
Yeah, I mean, the basement is almost all decorated. We could almost do that video. Kind of where we're struggling is wall art. If you've noticed behind me, one, I don't want to put holes in the wall.
I know.
We just
mudded and sanded and taped, and
so a lot of command strips will be going up. But even so, we're still struggling with like what kind of wall art we want.
We've got a few things, but it's just a matter of we want to find kind of everything before we start hanging stuff up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because once you start, then you're like, oh, man, this would have been really cool over there.
Correct.
Now that I found this bigger piece or whatever.
Yeah, like we can't decide if we want to do, I think on one wall we want to do, what is that, a gallery?
Kind of wall? Yeah.
A gallery? I don't know.
Yeah, like a gallery wall.
Yeah, where you put like a bunch of pictures and then something behind the futon where Pepper's at. I want to do like 3 of my own photos that I've taken, but I don't know.
I had a really great Christmas gift idea, and you somehow like,
oh yeah,
I had been thinking about this for months.
Oh man.
So I don't know if we want to spoil it for everyone.
We could.
I guess we have already, I brought it up.
Yeah,
so.
but also I was thinking the issue is there's no outlets over there.
I know. So I really wanted to get like a neon sign, like a More Than Roommate sign to kind of like hang above our couch. But as Dan mentioned, we have 0 plugs on that wall.
So we'd have to either run a cord up and over or...
Yeah, I don't know.
But that would be cool.
That was the plan anyway. And then Dan, like last week out of nowhere... Were you on Amazon or something? And
no, I was in a classroom, and for their little high school TV production, they got their own one made.
And a neon sign.
How much is that? It's very cool.
Yeah, I know. I was so bummed, y'all.
I know. Graham was like, I was like messaging him. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna order this.
I know.
What font? What size? And he's like, actually, I want to.
I mean, I could always get you something different.
No, you could still do that.
Because we could. I don't know. It could be a cool like joint gift for us to buy each other.
Yeah, definitely.
Too, so.
But yeah, we can work on the colors, and I think they maybe sell some with battery packs, so maybe we just go with a
see if we can get like an
battery.
LED or something, or I don't know.
Yeah, that'd be cool above the futon.
It's a struggle. You get this big space, and then you're like, wow, I really didn't have much stuff down here to decorate.
I had to do our first like deep clean of this floor, and this is such a first world problem, but it was different. Only utilizing one floor of the house, and then now having both floors, it's like, well, now we have to really clean. So if you guys have ever used a Roomba, I really am debating on getting one. You
used to talk so much trash on them.
I know. I used to be like, okay,
I was like, I want to get one of these, so just to like maintenance, you know what I mean, like, so we're not Swiffering Pepper's hair like every 3 or 4 days.
I feel like everyone gets one and they're super excited, and then like
it's like
3 months later,
furniture detected.
Yeah. I mean, I know, like, I think if you're gonna get one, you have to spend a lot. Like, I'm talking like $900 because they have some that like you can use an app and like map out where your furniture is, and it supposedly won't do it, but we'll see. If we were to get one, downstairs would be the place because it's a
little more open.
There's not a lot for it to bump into, and I think it would be easier to keep up with since we're not down here as much as upstairs. Less traffic. I don't know. But
that's true.
Getting into this week's topic, there has been a lot of celebrity news going on.
Drama. This has just been a very dramatic year for A-list celebrities, B-list celebrities, like YouTubers. We've talked about the Colleen Ballinger, and it's just like all these things are kind of blowing up all at once.
I know.
Just like kind of back to back to back.
I think just as the public becomes more aware of what's going on with the Hollywood elite, I think people are less tolerant of what's going on with that. So the first thing that we wanted to get into was the Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis drama. What was the actor's name?
Danny Masterson.
Yes, so Danny Masterson
was been asleep, for the past 2 weeks or so at least.
He was convicted of
R-wording two women probably 20 years ago.
It was when he was on that 70s show. Right. So it was like the height
of his fame and power. There's always a power dynamic,
So after he was convicted, it came out that Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis wrote character letters towards the judge to try to give some leniency on his sentencing.
Punishment,
Yes. And once those hit the main media, it did not go well for them.
No, not at all.
What's your reaction?
I think the weird thing for me was just these things with the celebrities this year trying to put out these like apology videos because people are like picketing immediately. You know what I mean? Like,
they're on it.
The internet's gonna burn your door down if you don't respond. But I still felt like it was just such a weird. I don't know. Did it seem scripted to you?
Oh my God. Especially Mila Kunis. And it's smart to be scripted. I don't think these things should be set off the cuff. We'll put the video here. It was just the way that they purposely...
It was almost robotic.
It was very robotic, and they made him look so disheveled. Purposely trying to make him look like the common folk, and like they've just been losing sleep over this, and it's like...
I mean, you never know if they are, you know? I mean, all it takes is one misstep, in the public's view, and... Yeah.
I just don't... What was, I think, so shocking about this is Ashton Kutcher has done a lot of work to help victims in these situations. So I think that's why it took everyone by surprise that he would do something like this and write this.
It's just... it's bias, I think. You know what I mean? Like, if you worked with someone, that closely when you're younger on this big show that kind of blew up, you probably have some connection to that person, and like some kind of deep, I don't know, just it's probably a very odd situation, and you never know. He could have asked him to write a letter.
Supposedly his family was asking. It's still just like...
So, okay, I need clarification, I guess. Okay. So the letters, were they asked to write them after the sentencing? This wasn't like a character letter like while the judge was considering everything, right?
It was after he was found guilty before he was sentenced.
So he was found
guilty of 2 counts.
That just doesn't look good. I can see why people are that upset.
They should be. And my thing is, it's like, even if you have a good experience with someone,
not everyone else has the same experience of a person that you do.
They can be nice to you and also be this horrible person. And
right. Again, looking at like an elite to an elite sort of, dynamic.
Yeah. And
us common folk, you know what I mean? Like, step on us, right?
Yeah. And I mean, and the gall to think you have some pull in the justice system, which happens, I'm sure. That's what's so...
It's scary.
Mind-boggling. It's so hard to get a guilty verdict in these cases, as Ashton Kutcher should know. It is very hard to get the proof, to get the jury on your side, and then
especially after 20 years.
Yeah.
I mean,
and then
where do you even start?
Right.
And then to get a guilty conviction,
for
and then
2
to try
counts,
to
and then to be like
lessen that. Like the judge has made his decision.
The jury has made the jury by peers has made their decision. The judge is just in charge of deciding how
the punishment
punishable. Yeah. So So the other big news that came out was, so they did a apology, and
Oh, the toxic gossip train.
And then what's recently come out is that they have resigned from the board of the anti-child abuse charity they founded amid swirling criticism of their defense. So they've had to step down because they were a part of this board that's why it's just like,
I know.
How it's just
you're not thinking clearly when you're biased in favor of someone, I think, but I don't know. I feel like at a certain point you should know.
It's just like you should like
you gotta weigh both sides of it before you act.
And also realize when you're taken out of the equation, this doesn't involve you. You weren't involved in this case. It doesn't matter. Let the proper channels do their thing and go to the family and say, I'm sorry. He's made his choices.
Right.
My little letter is not going to do anything.
Yeah. Except blow up my own career. Right?
And that's what happened. And I think this is just desserts with that because they have done so much work, and it's just appalling that you would be involved in this world and then still have that stance. It's like, gosh, where were you? What were you thinking?
You just weren't. Your judgment has to be clouded at some point, But,
So the other topic, following up, on a previous episode, the aliens. There has been more proof of aliens.
I know.
Apparently, the Mexican government, was presented to the shriveled bodies of aliens.
Mm-hmm. I think everyone's probably seen that image floating around the internet by now.
Yeah. What's your take on that?
I don't know. I feel like before conclusions are jumped to, like, they really need to do more testing and understand. I know they found 35% seem to be alien or unidentifiable DNA or something, right?
So
is that what
it's the queen of all evidence, someone claimed. That is, if the DNA is showing us that they
right.
that is, they're non-human beings and that there is nothing that looks like this in the world, we should take it as such. But he warned that he didn't want to refer to them as extraterrestrials just yet.
Right.
Supposedly they were found in 2017
in Peru or something, right?
In the sandy Peruvian coastal desert known as Nazca. Nazca. And so they kind of, and what's odd is too, they look just like our stereotypical aliens.
That's where I'm struggling with this a little bit.
Yeah.
Because you look at other stories like the Catholic Church, for example. Have you heard about, the crying Mother Mary statue?
I've heard of it.
The weeping Mary.
Oh, and how it'll
Yes,
have
it's
blood
like
or something.
bloody looking tears, like the statue's weeping.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like from what I've read, like the Catholic Church even debunked the majority of those. Like, people do stuff to try to
be the first.
I don't know if it's just that or if they're like trying to like. I feel like especially with like, no offense, but like the church crowd, they like to blow up these things by referring to the Bible, as certain, like, I don't know, what would you call it, like a cosmic event or like it's the end of the world, repent, like that's just kind of the vibe I get.
Yeah.
Maybe that doesn't apply here with the alien thing, but is it just like a jumping on the bandwagon, because like the U.S. government's been releasing it, or will we find out I don't know.
I know, it's just crazy how we just keep getting more and more evidence, and we're just like,
I know, and we're
I don't know about that.
Okay, well, inflation's like blowing everyone out of the water right now, so I really don't have the time to care.
Unless they got some extra space on their mothership.
Yeah.
We can move in, we can pack our bags.
Speaking of this story, though, the cake people wasted no time whatsoever.
That was my favorite meme. So do you want to do this segment, the meme of the week?
Yeah.
Okay, Graham has suggested that we do a meme of the week. And I like that idea. So yes.
Memes. Whatever cracks us up.
So is it cake? That was the meme of this week. So they were cutting into the alien and it was cake.
Yep.
That was pretty good.
It looked just like the picture too. It was pretty wild.
Yeah.
I wish I had like crumb of their talent.
A crumb. Oh,
yeah.
More than comedians.
Yeah.
Well, no.
Someone hire this guy right here.
Yeah. Okay, so the last big topic, your girl is also under fire. So Graham is the biggest Drew Barrymore fan. Oh, no?
I mean, I've grown up liking Drew Barrymore a lot. Like,
yeah, you're
I'm not
the
like
biggest fan.
Yeah.
No. I do apologize. You do like her though. And
yeah,
I've been educated on her videos and stuff.
Yeah, she was just, she's like a Hollywood mainstay and in tons of different movies. From E.T. through like, I always loved The Wedding Singer. That was a really good movie.
I've still never seen E.T.
That's wild. Yeah, we gotta educate this fool.
Yeah.
Over here.
So do you want to tell us why she's in hot water?
I mean, yeah, this whole, I guess, story was kind of shocking, and it's hard to know if her heart was really in it or not, or how much control she had. But yeah, to kind of just give you a quick summary, there's been, what is it, the SAG-AFTRA?
The Writers Guild?
Whatever. There's like a
SAG.
whole writer's strike. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the SAG folk, because going back to inflation, like everything is costing so much and there's so much money and power at the top. And I feel like it's a lot of people behind the scenes probably that make these big shots. But Drew Barrymore decided to essentially cross the picket line, and she wanted to keep her, like newer kind of the Drew Barrymore talk show or whatever it is, right?
So a lot of TV shows have been halted.
Right, because they have a lot of, the SAG actors are pulling away. So, and again, it comes back to that power dynamic and balance. And, when people strike because things are not fair, you see that all the time with like, I don't know, blue collar type people too, in factories, people are being overworked or they're not being paid, enough for what they deserve. You unionize, and your whole goal is to disrupt the daily business, of whatever field you're in, until the executives and the people in power take notice and say, hey, okay, we're willing to renegotiate.
Yeah, hit them with their wallets.
Yeah.
Make their production line.
But unfortunately, again, when you've got that power dynamic like that, they have all the money and resources to drag this out, and eventually it'll hurt the little guy, because they've got mortgages and bills to pay. And I'm sure like these writers and all these people who maybe aren't like a well-known actor, it's probably really hard for them to, like, I can't even imagine what it would be like to pay bills in like Los Angeles right now, or like rent or whatever. Like it has to be insane.
Yeah.
Right. I mean,
so
we're in the Midwest, and like in our region, Kansas City has had like, what did we say? It was like the highest increase in rent in the US this year. It's just getting a little scary out there. So then you have like iconic people, crossing a picket line, and that just, no matter what your intent, it just doesn't look good.
Yeah, so Drew Barrymore's show was the first to kind of say that they're going to keep going on with production amid the strike.
Yeah, and I think her logic was, and I don't know if they have like SAG type people working on her show or not, I guess. Maybe the writers, I guess.
They're right, yeah.
Because she was trying to go on with her own writing, because she wanted to pay and make sure that the other people on the set would continue to have income, because if things halt, people aren't getting paid.
Right? But that's just her PR.
But
they just want the show to go.
But again, how do you know it's her?
And I will say, you don't know it's her. Like, I will say, even in my little experience working in TV news, there were times where you have to kind of lay on the sword. Yeah. And there were things that I didn't want to say or do, but I had to do it. I was under a contract. I wanted to keep my job. So I feel for her there. It's just sad that she's the first one to kind of cross this boundary, and she has really taken the blunt of this.
Yeah.
And so she said that they were going to go on with production, and she got a lot of backlash, and now she's kind of going back on her and saying that they will now halt for a little bit longer until And I mean, it shows you don't mess with the people at this point in time.
I know. I'm laughing right now because going back to the meme of the week, or memes of the week, one of the funniest ones I saw was a Drew Barrymore meme.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, Drew, still love you, but
And
I gotta show you. I want your reaction of this meme.
Okay, I think the
it was an Onion article. I'll read it to the people who can't see.
Oh my gosh.
So there's a picture of Drew Barrymore. It looks like she's working in like in a GM assembly plant. She has like oil on her face and like a welder's mask. And it's an Onion article. It says Drew Barrymore opens GM assembly plant amid impending auto worker strike.
Oh gosh.
I don't know. It made me laugh, but
I think what's crazy about it is she was having such a rep for being such a kind, wholesome person.
Yeah.
And as we've seen with Ellen and recently with Jimmy Fallon.
Oh, I know. I wanted to bring him up too. He just kind of got caught right in between Drew and Ashton and Mila.
Yeah.
So he's kind of like, I feel like his fate is in limbo right now.
Yeah.
But anyway, go ahead.
Jimmy Fallon got in trouble this past couple weeks for being mean, which I'm like,
right?
We knew that. I have not been a Jimmy Fallon fan in so long. It is just over the top. It seems so disingenuous. He just laughs at everything. And it makes me mad that he has such this powerful platform and he gets these powerful people on his show and he doesn't take that opportunity to use and make change. So I'm happy because I don't like him hosting the Tonight Show, that he's getting called out for this. But also now Drew Barrymore is also, and I like Drew Barrymore. I think I do like seeing the positive stuff. It is a little much when she's like all over the interviewees where they're like
a little love bomby.
Yeah, like let's just sit cross-legged and hold each. Like if I were,
I think that's part of the wholesomeness of her personality too. But
yeah, I get it.
The woman has had probably like the Hollywood elite have pulled her strings her entire life. I'm sure, you know.
Yeah,
like,
and
she's a child star.
It is cool to see those moments, and I'm sure there are some like people that appeals to. To me, it just seems like, oh, I'm not a touchy person, as I've said. I would have been like, oh, okay,
I am.
Yeah, you would. You guys would just be there holding
besties,
but I cannot. Like, I'd be like, okay, let's talk from afar.
So anyway, it looks like she has decided to halt her show now amid controversy. She kind of did the same thing as like Colleen Ballinger and with the, putting up an apology video real quick. We watched it. I don't know, what vibe did you get from her?
It seemed genuine.
It did, but it was a little dodgy too. Like,
and I don't think
can't. I don't know.
I don't know if she can say what's going on.
I know.
Again, with the contracts. I do feel for her in that.
I do too.
She might be having to fall on the sword in all of this, and I think that
it could be. I mean, it's CBS, right? That kind of is in control of her show.
Yeah, any corporation. It's
hard. Yeah. Just a lot going on though.
Yeah.
But who else have we seen it from this year? Like Lizzo.
Yeah.
She's
but
been.
It seems like that was all fake allegations. They weren't really able to prove that she was nasty to her backup dancers. So.
Interesting. Okay, good to know. I hadn't heard any updates on it. It's interesting how you hear these big headlines, you get everyone enraged, and then how often do you ever hear the follow-up?
The resolution.
Like, if there's a resolution, it doesn't get
talked about as much.
But you would think it would. You would think
it hasn't been decided, so it's still in the works. It's not like she's been cleared or they've been cleared, so that's probably why. But yeah, it is. I don't know. Part of that too is the PR. You want it to die down. From my PR perspective, brain, you don't want to keep the allegations coming. So, whether you were right or wrong, you're just like, okay, let's just.
So you think your boy Jimmy Fallon's over here like was happy that his timing kind of happened in the middle, or do you think it's going to resurge before long?
I don't know. I think he apologized, and I think that'll probably be it for a while.
I don't know. There's so many people on the internet are shit starters.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can say that, but
I don't even know.
You can bleep it out if you want.
Yeah, but yeah, that's true.
So I don't know. It's the accountability era. Like, I'm here for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone's made mistakes, and do I agree that you should go digging up stuff from the past from like 10 years ago? No. I mean, like, we've all been dumb and young, and the world has changed a lot
Yeah.
over the last decade, 15 years.
Yeah.
So we're learning and growing as a society. I'm not part of the, the bandwagon, like, let's just cancel everyone, kind of thing. But
Yeah.
when you see stuff like this where it's happening in real time, ooh, buddy.
Yeah. You gotta cross your T's and dot your I's in this day and age.
But honestly, why? I mean, at the end of the day, right from wrong.
Yeah, I think there is a little.
Should know,
there's a little amount that you do have to tune out the noise. That people will criticize everything. There's going to be one person that's going to say, "Well,"
or take things out of context.
Yeah. So, but I don't know.
Yeah,
craziness.
As we always say on our pod, be a good freaking person, and that's all. Like that's all. You just gotta keep practicing, right from wrong.
You never know what someone else is going through.
Yep.
But to end it off, we've been obsessed with Abbott Elementary. If you like The Office, you would like the show. They had a debate on the show. What is the sexiest day of the week?
Friday? There's some allure with Friday evening, but I like Saturday. Saturday, it's sexy. You can wake up late. You can go to bed late.
Possibilities.
Although the daytime's usually filled with chores, But
I think Saturday, there's a little pressure that you either have to make it fun or be productive. Mm-hmm. So I think I really like Thursday. You're like in that you wake up and you're like, okay, just got today and tomorrow, and then it's the weekend. And so I don't know, I've always really liked Thursdays. Mm-hmm. You're just kind of like, okay, I'm almost through it.
Friday Junior.
Yeah. And
Friday light.
I will say I had an interesting thing when I was working in news. When I first started, my days off were Tuesday and Wednesday. So
that's
lame.
Like the absolute worst.
Who is doing
Tuesday
anything?
And Wednesday?
Yeah, it was awful. But
wow.
it made the work week interesting because my Friday was Monday. Mm-hmm. So everyone would be coming back to the work week all groggy, but I'm like, hey, it's my Friday. This is my last day. So it made me be in a good mood when everyone was in a...
they're the normal slump.
Yeah, and then my Monday was a Thursday. So everyone else is in a good mood, and I'm like, I'm getting back into it. So it kind of balanced it out. It was it was a different, you had a different appreciation for the days. So you sticking with Saturday?
Yeah, I think so, because, you've got the whole day to kind of get things knocked out, and then by the evening, it's like, let's put on some nice clothes and go out, or put on some nice pajamas and, kick back and watch a movie. Sexy can be different on different days.
Yeah. Let's hear what you guys say. What is the sexiest day of the week and why?
Yeah,
but I think we could end it on that. We just wanted to catch up. There's been a lot of drama with the celebrities.
There has.
Okay,
see a little Pookie head.
Yeah,
hear her.
Big stretch after that nap.
Hey, Stretch.
Well, we thank you guys for tuning in. Let us know what you think of the new podcast chairs. If you like this setup, we might still play with it a little bit. We want it more sit down and stuff. Yeah,
chill.
Hang out.
Hang.
Yeah,
not stiff on a hardwood chair
that's too tall.
That apparently Dan told me after sitting in for 3 years are sketchy. Yeah, and two of them have collapsed with people sitting in them.
Yeah, two of those other wooden chairs have broken, so we're phasing those out. I don't want to get rid of them yet because they are kind of nice.
Can you imagine the blooper? If one of us would have just been taken out in the middle of a podcast.
That's the publicity we need, chair breaks during podcast episode. Right. We'd get all the viewers.
All right, y'all, I'm going to start unscrewing some nuts.
Yeah, I will say one of these is missing a screw. It's this one. It wouldn't screw in, so we're just
found it, I think.
It's not missing it. I just couldn't get it in there, so it just doesn't have it in here. So if I ever lean back too far, we know what happened.
Okay. Daniel took a tumble.
Okay. Well, you guys have a good rest of your week.
Yes.
Peace.
Until next time.